So we wanted to give you a chance to get introduced with our audience. Tell us a little bit about yourself. And we know you probably do a lot of these interviews. It can get monotonous. So we decided to mix it up a little bit and finger paint.
Let's do this.
All right, great. Gloves are optional, of course.
Do you do this with everybody?
This is my first time.
Me too.
So while we're conducting this interview, go ahead and just paint your favorite place on campus so far. So,
On campus.
On campus.
All right, that's easy. So I guess my job mainly is working with and for the president to help execute the vision of the university. And my specific role is really to have the students and student affairs in mind while I'm doing that work. So whether I'm sitting in hours of budget meetings or working with my colleagues in Carlo Hall, part of my job is to try to represent some of the needs that students have today and into the future. While a lot of the staff that I work with or work for me are out there actually interacting with the students when I'm looking at spreadsheets and reading emails and going to meetings and representing the university, whether it's here or Washington, D.C. or any place, the president needs me to help support him.
Okay. Do you and the president have any set goals or general or specific?
Many of the people I work with are from Athens County. Many of them have moved from other parts of Ohio, became a student here and never left.
Yeah.
And trying to understand that pride and that love for this place is super important to do my job effectively. Because I'm not from Ohio.
Yeah.
And I don't have a degree from Ohio University. And every day I'm asked to represent folks that either do or will have that degree. So it's important for me to listen to those stories and that passion they have.
So prior to coming here, I tweeted a poll asking students what topic they'd most like us to discuss with you.
Yeah.
Any guesses what they chose?
Did you tell them we're finger painting?
I did not tell them we were finger
Well, I would say either like what the future is or big plans for the facilities, maybe stuff related to the wall or diversity, any number of issues. I guess those are kind of ones I would point out.
Yeah, the number one issue that actually came up on Twitter though was sexual assault on campus.
Okay.
So in preparation, I talked to a few students about it, and I just kind of wanted to give you a general sense of what they told me.
Yeah.
So a lot of, especially the female students, say that on the way home from a late class or event, especially walking up past Shively, where it's sort of dark and there's big gaps in the streetlights.
Yes.
Do you feel kind of unsafe in that area?
Yes.
Do you think that there's any way that the university could work to make some serious change towards that?
Absolutely. I signed a piece of paper that has asked the university to add lights in areas that I noticed are dark. I live on campus. So I noticed it was dark, and I mentioned this to a staff member that's in charge of facilities and outdoor areas such as lighting. And now that we have the work from the company that looked at every single light on campus, we have a sense of what areas are just not covered, which areas can get covered, and who's responsible for paying for it and making that happen. So we actually have that work.
Do you think the university is doing enough in terms of making sure students know what programs are in place if they happen to be sexually assaulted and things like that?
No, I don't. No. When you look at SAP, it opened up August 1st, September 1st. It's brand new. Mm-hmm. And the issue when you talk about confidential resources for students and places where they can go, where they can feel safe, where they can know about the law, but they can also know about all their options, it's really hard to publicize those.
Yeah.
So that's the tough part about that service and that particular issue, is that we would never say to a victim or survivor that says, I'm so glad SAP's here. Oh, would you mind being on a poster? Would you mind going on a video blog? I don't think anyone will ever be satisfied because I don't think 100% of our students will ever say, we know every option that I have if I'm a victim survivor. So that's something I would never answer yes to that question.
A few weeks ago, a couple of men came to campus with homophobic signs. The wall just past the bridge had a racist drawing on it. The university recently decided to take down Roger Ailes' name and return us $500,000 donation. And of course, political tensions. Do you see this divisiveness as a threat to the Bobcat family? And if so, what would you say that you and other administrators should do to maintain unity?
You know, one of the things I actually said this morning in a meeting, one of the amazing pieces that I've noticed here that's different than other places I may have worked is the number and diversity of responsiveness to this issue. You have media students and people in the media. You have people that, no matter what they believe, are willing to sit there and say, this is not our university. We have a community that people, whether it directly impacts them or not, they know it impacts their university and they don't like it. And they call BS on it when it happens. And that's not necessarily common. Are we perfect? No. I don't think we'd ever be perfect. When you talk about creating a place that everyone feels safe, I don't think that actually should be the vision. And I'm not sure that's actually possible. Because there's things that in my life I would want to feel safe that would make you feel unsafe. And you know, I don't get to pick and choose what students I'm the vice president for. Whether they love me or not, I'm the vice president for all the students. And it doesn't mean I think that every student is going to agree with me. I have students that I raised who are here, my daughter, and I have people that probably don't like the fact that the vice president of student affairs is black. I have to find my way to supporting their education, even though their personal beliefs may not be in line with how I want to live in my community. You know, there's things that students believe and say and feel that I don't like, but it doesn't mean I have the right to throw them out of school. It doesn't mean they don't deserve to be a Bobcat. You know, it doesn't mean that 99% of them is good, or 99% of what they believe is stuff I can totally buy into. So it is a difficult balance. And it's one of those things where it's not a balance you can just make and set. It's always being tipped in one direction or another, and being really conscious of how that's happening is important.
I was there for I really enjoyed your speech.
No, you didn't.
I didn't know I did. I thought it was a good speech. But at one point you said something, I think you know I'm going with this.
Yeah.
That drew some gas.
Some?
A few. You said, I think I'm paraphrasing, it was something like, I couldn't imagine a better way to experience college than as a Buckeye. What happened there?
I have no idea. And we're walking out and Jay's like, you totally said Buckeyes. And she and I have a good relationship. I thought she was messing with me. Like, no, I didn't. I've said that word maybe 5 times in my life. I've never even been in this state. Why would I say that? And then one of my staff members came up and said, you said Buckeyes and it's all over Twitter. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It has to be a mistake. So I knew I said Buckeyes when my daughter came up to me, who was a first year student, and said, Dad, you kind of messed up, huh? I'm like, what are you talking about? I tried to play dumb. You totally said Buckeyes. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
So what are you drawing here as the last thing?
All right, so what I did is I did the #1 hole at the OU golf course.
Okay, you're a golfer?
I am.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I drew my bed. So I got it. Yeah, thanks for your time again.
Oh, my pleasure.
All right.
You can take off my glove.
Oh, you'll take off the gloves.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Thanks.